Today's lesson is on sample space of compound events. These displays show three ways to represent the sample space for tossing two coins. We can write an organized list where we show our outcomes in parentheses. We can use a table or a tree diagram. In this lesson, we're going to explore all three of these ways to represent the sample space for compound events. To write the sample space of a multi-step action, we can use an organized approach to list all possible outcomes of the action. For example, if the action is tossing a coin twice, that means there are two steps within our action. So our sample space would be heads, 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 tails, tails, heads, or tails, tails. As you can see, there are four possible outcomes when tossing a coin twice. For each condition, use an organized list to show all possible flavor combinations for Scoop 1 and Scoop 2. With Scoop 1 and Scoop 2 in letter A, they can either be the same flavor or different flavors. For this problem, we can make a list to show the possible outcomes. So for letter A, if we began with Scoop 1 as being peach, Scoop 2 could also be peach because they can be the same flavor. Scoop 1 could be peach, Scoop 2 strawberry, peach, and then banana. We could also have our first flavor as banana, and then peach, banana, strawberry, or both flavors can be banana. We can also have strawberry as our first flavor, and then peach, strawberry, and then strawberry and banana. As you can see, there are 9 possible outcomes with letter A, with Scoop 1 and Scoop 2 being either the same flavor or different flavors. For letter B, Scoop 1 and Scoop 2 must be different flavors. That means if we are solving for this one and writing our sample space, if Scoop 1 is peach, that means Scoop 2 cannot be peach. But it could be strawberry, and then we could have peach and banana. Our first scoop could be strawberry, followed by peach, or strawberry and banana. We can also have our first scoop as being banana, our second scoop as peach, or our second scoop to be strawberry. For letter B, we have 6 possible outcomes because our flavors have to be different. Again, as we can see here, we can use an organized list to answer the questions and determine the sample space for compound events. Let's look at the next example. 3 friends buy bagels, choosing from the kinds shown. They buy 3 different kinds. Use an organized list to show all possible combinations for the 3 friends' bagels. Show each outcome in this form: friend 1's bagel, friend 2's bagel, and friend 3's bagel. This is what your sample space should look in your notes. Friend 1 is shown in blue, friend 2 in red, and friend 3 in purple. As you can see, we began by listing friend 1 as having plain, and then we switched around what friend 2 and friend 3 could choose for their bagel options. We repeated this process for the sesame bagel, the cheese bagel, and the onion bagel. As you can see in the sample space, there are 24 possible outcomes. We can use a table to display the sample space of a 2-step action. For example, if our action is to spin the spinner once and toss the coin, we can use a table to show the possible outcomes. The outcomes of step 1 are listed at the top of our table. As you can see, we have a spinner that has the options of red, green, yellow, and blue. So those outcomes have been written at the top of our table. On the side of our table, we have the outcomes for step 2, which is tossing the coin, and that gives us heads or tails. The sample space has 8 possible outcomes. Let's look at the next example in your notes. On a scavenger hunt, a clue leads you to a locker with a note on it. Use the table to show all possible combinations of the lock. How many combinations are possible? If we look at the locker, it says open the locker to find your next clue. The combination is a number XY. The digit X is 7, 8, or 9. The digit Y is from 0 to 4. Since we're using XY within our table, we're going to put the X at the top of our table, and our X options are 7, 8, and 9. Our Y options are going to go to the side of our table, and our Y options are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to write all of our possible outcomes within our table. So we start with our X number, which can be 7, 8, or 9. The next numbers within our set come from the Y number. So we're going to apply our green numbers next in our table. So we could have 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9, 1, 7, 2, 8, 2, 9, 2, 7, 3, 8, 3, 9, 3, 7, 4, 8, 4, 9, 4. So this completes our table showing the possible combination. As you can see, we have 15 possible combinations. A clothing store sells sweaters in V-neck, crew neck, and cardigan styles. Each style is available in blue, gray, or red. How many different sweaters can you choose? Go ahead and draw a table in your notes and complete the chart or the table in your notes to show the possible outcomes for this scenario. So in my table at the top, I'm going to write the types of sweaters that we can choose from. So that's V-neck, crew neck, and cardigan. To the side of my table, I'm going to list the possible colors. So that's blue, gray, and red. Now I can complete my table. I'm going to begin with writing the types of sweaters in my table. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to apply the colors. So we could have a V-neck in blue, a V-neck in gray, a V-neck in red. We could have a crew neck in blue, a crew neck in green, or gray, and a crew neck in red. Or we could have a cardigan in blue, a cardigan in gray, or a cardigan in red. As you can see, there are 9 possible outcomes of different sweaters that we can choose from. The final way that we can display sample space of a multi-step action is by using a tree diagram. For example, our action is to make a snack. Step 1 is to choose crackers or pretzels. Step 2 is to choose an apple or an orange. And step 3 is to choose milk, juice, or water. After they have drawn the tree diagram, they've listed the possible outcomes to the right. As you can see, there are 12 possible outcomes for this action. Let's look at the next example in your notes. Complete the tree diagram to show all possible ways boys and girls can be born into a family with 3 children. Then complete the list of outcomes. You can copy this tree diagram into your notebook to help you with this problem. Let's start by looking at child 1. Child 1 can be a boy or a girl. Child 2 can be a boy or a girl, boy, In child 3, the pattern would read boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Now to the right, we can list the outcome. So as you can see at the top of our tree diagram, we could have 3 boys, or we could have 2 boys and a girl. We could also have boy, girl, boy. Or boy, girl, girl. At the bottom, with the girl being the first child, we could have girl, boy, boy. We could have girl, boy, girl. We could have girl, girl, boy, or we could have 3 girls. As you can see, there are 8 possible outcomes for this situation. On the school bus, the 2 students sit next to each other, one by the window and one by the aisle. Make a tree diagram to show all possible arrangements of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders sharing a seat. List the possible arrangements in an outcome column. So we could have a 6th grader that sits with 6th, 7th, or an 8th grader. We could have a 7th grader that sits with a 6th, 7th, or 8th grader. And we could have an 8th grader that sits with a 6th, 7th, or 8th grader. So we could have a 6th grader, 6th grader, 6th grader, 7th, 6th, 8th. We could have 7, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8. Or we could have 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 8. As you can see, there are 9 possible outcomes when setting the arrangements of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.